وجل فرجهم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك، عليك جميعا سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. يا أبا عبد الله, do not let this salam be my last salam, so close to Arba'in. As-salam ala al-Hussain wa ala Ali al-Balad. Inshallah, send your salams. As-salam Hussain wa ala Ali al-Balad. Hussain wa ala أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. يا ابن الشبيب يا ابن الشبيب إن كنت باكيا لشيء. Imam Rida narrates to the son of Shabib. What does he say, brothers? يا ابن الشبيب, oh the son of Shabib, إن كنت باكيا لشيء, if you were to weep over anything, if you were to weep over something, فابكي للحسين, then cry for my grandfather Hussain. Why Imam Rida? فإنه ضبها كما يضبه الكبش. What did they do, Ya Imam Rida? For they slaughtered my grandfather Hussain. Ya Allah, like they would slaughter the rams and sheep. My brothers, cry your tears. Do you know how precious these tears are? A narration says, when Imam Hussain was in the womb of his mother, Lady Fatima, she goes to Rasulullah. She says, Ya Abata, oh father, this child of mine, he says ajib things, he says strange things. What strange things, oh mother Fatima? He cries out, Ana al-Gharib, Ana al-Ashar, I am that lonely one, I am that thirsty one. Why does he say this, oh father? Oh Fatima, this is that Hussain that will be alone in Karbala. What does Sayyid Zahra say? She says, Ya Abata, my father, will you be there for Hussain? He says, no. Well, Ali, Amir al-Mu'mineen, be there for Hussain. He says, no. Look at this mother. She could not think. She thinks, a mother, what can she do for her son? She says, well, I, Fatima, be there for my Hussain. He says, no, neither I or Ali or you, Zahra, will be there for Hussain. Look at the cries of this mother. Then who will cry for my Hussain? Who will cry for his Qurban? Rasulullah says, there will be a ummah of people, there will be a nation of people who will remember Hussain. They will remember your son. And look what she says, for those who shall test for my son Hussain, I will do shafa for them on the day of judgment. Do not be shy with your tears. These tears, Sayyida Zahra counts with her hands. These tears consoles the heart of this mother who watched as her son was slaughtered on the day of Karbala. These nights are no ordinary nights. Shahada upon Shahada we remember. And these nights we remember you, Ya Imam Sajjad Ali Amr al-Hussain. Let us say a few Musibah lines of Imam al-Sajjad. Imagine on the day of Karbala, one by one the martyrs have been killed. One by one, the family of his father has been killed. The family of Rasulullah. Let us go to the final farewells of the Imam, 14, his son and father. Imam Hussain enters the tent. Imam Sajjad in his weak and an ill state, he says, "Oh Father, what has happened to you, Ya Allah, that you come to me in this state? Aina Habib, where is Habib? Aina Duhair, where is Duhair?" He says, "Qutala bi Karbala." They have been killed in Karbala. One by one, he names many companions. He starts to get worried. Aina Akhiyal Ali al-Akbar. Aina Akhiyal Qasim. Where is my brother Ali Akbar? Where is my brother Qasim? But there is one name that breaks the heart of Hussain. Aina Akhiyal Abad Fadl al-Anbar. Where is my brother Abul Fang? This is just the start of the Musibah, my brothers. Bear with me, inshallah. He says, "Oh my son Ali, besides me and you, there is no man left in the household of Rasulullah." Imam Sajjad, he tries to grab his stick, he tries to grab his sword, he cannot fight for his Imam. Ya Allah, what tragedies befell upon that day of Ashura. If we cannot bear the final farewell between Imam Sajjad and Imam al-Hussain, then let us go to the final farewell between Zainab. Ya Abdullah, forgive me, Ya Sahib al-Zaman. When Imam Hussain came for the second farewell, you know, he went to the battlefield and returned. This time Hussain, Abu Abdullah, our Imam, knows he will not return. He says, "Who will bring my horse to me?" Zainab, she goes towards her Imam. She brings Dhul Jana. Look at the reply, look at the words of Zainab. She says, "Ya Abu Abdullah, have you ever seen a sister bring the horse of death to her brother?" Ya Abu Abdullah, how did you feel at that moment? Abu Abdullah, he begins to ride towards the battlefield. He begins to hear steps behind him. He looks back and he sees Zainab. Zainab, you know Hussain cannot bear you to leave the tent. Why do you leave when Hussain is alive? Ya Abu Abdullah, come from your horse. Zainab tells Hussain, asking him to come down. Abu Abdullah comes. He goes to Sayyid Zainab. Sayyida Zainab goes to Abu Abdullah. He says, "Ya Abu Abdullah, when we were younger, my mother Fatima was on her deathbed. She told me to come closer. She gave me an amana." What was this amana, oh brothers? What was this belonging that she had to give to Hussain? She says, "When you see Hussain alone, Gharib in Barlan, do this on behalf of his mother Fatima." What was this, Ya Zahra? How did the heavens bear to see this? Imagine Hussain alone with Zainab. She begins to kiss the neck of Hussain. She begins to embrace the chest of Hussain. Abu Abdullah says, "Why do you do this?" She says, "Our mother Fatima told me to do this." Just a few moments later, who will be on that chest? What will happen to that neck? Bear with me, my brothers. You know this. The day of Ashura was just a few days ago. Many of you returned to your families. Many of you returned to your women. They asked Imam al-Sajjad, bear with me, my brothers. They said to Imam Zainul Abidin, Oh my Imam, for 30 plus years after the day of Ashura, you cried and wept and lamented. Isn't martyrdom, isn't shahada an honor in your family? Is it in part of your legacy? Imam, our Imam replies to the people, yes, shahada is our honor, shahada is our legacy. My grandfather Ali was martyred in the mihrab of Kufa. My uncle Hussain was poisoned in Medina. My father Hussain was slaughtered without water in Karbala. Look at what he says. But it is not this I cry for 30 plus years. But tell us, is it our legacy to chain our women, parading them in the streets of Kufa? Ashab, Ya Abu Abdullah. On that day on Sham Maghriban, what did your eyes see, O Zainab? They began to burn the tents. The orphans and children are being run over by the hooves of the horses. They do not know whether to go there or there. What happened on that night, Zainab? Tell us what you saw. How the animals began to loot the body of Hussain. One by one, they took a piece of one armor. They had to take another piece of an armor. But there is a shirt. Ya Allah, why could they not leave the shirt? Why was the shirt special, my brothers? The shirt was sewn by the hands of Zahra. And they looted this from the chest of Hussain. Was this enough for Zainab? No, my brothers. One enemy, one mal'oon, what does he narrate? He said, after all they had looted from Hussain, I saw a ring shimmering. Ya Abu Abdullah, Ya Sahib al-Zaman. I saw this ring. I tried to take this ring. The ring wouldn't come off. The Aqiq al-Yamani of Hussain. What did he do to your Imam? He took out a dagger in front of the eyes of Zainab. He began to cut the finger of Hussain. Ya Imam Sajjad, these are just one day, my brothers, one day of tragedies. I want to recall that moment. Today, you go to Karbala, inshallah. Allah gives you the ziyarah of Imam al-Hussain. Those of you going to Arba'in, pray for us. Those of you who cannot go, may Allah grant you this ziyarah. Let me ask you one question, my brothers. This golden dome that you see, this haram that you see, they told me that Hussain and his companions were cut into pieces. Who buried the companions? Who buried his father? Who buried your master, your Mawla Hussain? 3 days after the day of Ashura, by a miracle, Imam Sayyad arrives in Karbala. Banu Asad, the tribe, was there trying to bury their beloved ones. Ibn Ziyad, la'natullahi alayh, he said, whoever buries them will be killed. They were afraid. They saw a man coming from a distance. They thought it was an enemy. But the fragrance of Jannah arrived to their noses. They could smell paradise from Ali ibn al-Hussain. One by one, they buried the Shuhada. Imagine that night. He is chained. He comes to Karbala. He begins to bury the Shuhada. And then when it comes to Imam al-Hussain, he says to Banu Asad, only an Imam can bury an Imam. I wonder, Ya Imam, was it this or did you want to have mercy on the Banu Asad? Imam Sajjad, Banu Asad narrates, the Imam goes to the body of his father. They see that he gets up, then he falls down. He gets up, then he falls down. What is happening, Ya Imam? He says, well, I tried to lift my father from the tongue. His bottom falls down. When I try to lift him from his left, the right falls down. Why, Imam? For he was cut into pieces. 10 horses trampled my father Hussain. Bury me, my brothers. Ya Imam Sajjad, it is not over. Bring me Ali al-Akbar. Bring me Ali al-Asghar. Do not think when he had to bury his father, he had to bury his brothers with them. On the chest of Hussain, the infant brother of Ali ibn al-Hussain. I have one question, my dear brothers. You have bared with me just a few tragedies of Imam al-Sajjad, tragedies of this event of Karbala. I want to ask a question to Imam. Ya Imam Sajjad, forgive me. Was it harder to bury Hussain and your brothers in Karbala? Or was it harder to bury your sister in Sham? Imagine that moment, the head of Hussain in the lap of Sakina. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. What did happen in the... Let me tell you what they did to the orphan, the yatim of Imam al-Hussain. In the morning, a female doctor came to examine the body of Sakina. She screamed. She says, what happened to this girl? They said, why do you scream? Why do you say this? Look what she says. She says, did she die from a serious illness? I have never seen so many wounds and bruises on such a young girl. When the bird chased, tell me brothers, how did Imam bury his brother, his sister in Sham? Did he have a coffin? No, within those bird garments and chains, with his bare hands, he had to bury Sakina in the prison of Yazid. Sallallahu alayka ya Mawlay, ya Rasulallah. Let me tell you, brothers, did they tell you when Sakina held the head of her father, what did she say? She began to cry. She began to say, I want to go home, ya abati. Man alladhi aytamani. I end with this last Muslim, my brothers. Listen carefully. What happened to this young girl? She began to cry. Oh Father, who made me a yatim. Oh Father, who took me away from you. This last line, and I'll end with this, brothers. She then says, she looks at her father. She says, oh Father, why have they crushed your lips? Why are there so many bruises? Who severed your head from your body, oh Father? Ya Hussain!